exposed to the hobby. So there's a lot more people who aren't actually putting on costumes or going to cons who are paying attention to cosplay and really, I think, don't really understand how to be positive for the hobby and support others, which is really ultimately what you should do in this. But it's also really important to understand that a very small percentage of costumers are the ones featured in Heroes of Cosplay on TV, in newspapers, and that shows a part of the costuming community, but it shows a very small part of it as well. Yeah. Oh, question?
Can I actually? No. It's actually a comment.
Yeah.
Heroes of Cosplay is actually scripted, and they actually edited out all their comments. It's pretty bad.
Oh goodness.
I have a comment on the community aspect, and this goes for anyone. But if you are wanting a good community of costumers, I come from the historical cosplay thing. Historical costuming, so I'm very involved with the International Costumers Guild. There are a lot of cosplayers there. They are all about workmanship. Like, I'm 25, and aside from people who bring their kids, I'm one of the youngest people at meetings, so very mature, and they just want to help you. So if you want a good community, look up your local chapter of International Costuming Guild.
Yes,
awesome.
Thank you. That, and actually, on
they
that
love
same,
cosplayers. They love anybody who makes cool things.
yeah, and on that same note, I want to encourage. I see a lot of our friends in the audience, and I want to thank you guys for coming because we really appreciate your support. You guys are the bomb.
Yeah.
And I know that our friends that are out there all attend Dragon Con. If you are a cosplayer sitting out here and you have not attended Dragon Con and you live in the Southeast, you need to make a point of going this year. That is the most welcoming community of costumers, the most diverse community of costumers that you will ever see at a con, and you need to go. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm from New Jersey. I live in New York. We drove down here.
Yeah.
So, like, how big is this?
Dragon Con.
Dragon Con.
I have somebody behind me that wants to tell you all about it.
I was at the volunteer meeting for this upcoming year, and they said that the official numbers for last year were 57,000, and that they're expecting 65,000 next year.
See, I was going to say 65,000 last year because it certainly felt like it.
Well, I think that's probably only counting badges because they can't get an official count on people without badges.
Okay.
Especially around the time of the parade, those numbers are going to be quite a bit more absurd.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, did I ask the?
I'll take the graph. That's nice.
Yeah. Xavier.
Thank you.
I think Liam had something to say.
Yes, hon.
To give you a little bit better idea of how big Dragon Con is, MomoCon is now filling 2 hotels, not to capacity. Dragon Con fills what?
Five.
5 plus a bunch of satellite hotels in the area to capacity.
I have one more quick question. The young lady who said that she is from New York, New Jersey. Yeah. I'm actually a member of the New England Costuming Guild because that's when I got into it. So talk to me afterwards, and I'll give you contact info.
Oh, thank you.
You're really great people. I love them.
Well, one last comment before I go on. Go ahead.
I had a question about, like,
It's all good. You can say
Go for
whatever
it.
you want here.
Whatever you want.
it's okay. So, I have a lot of disabilities, like a lot of physical, a lot of mental disabilities that, the physical disabilities kind of, run me down, and the medication for my mental disabilities make me really tired. So it's hard for me to be able to, like, get in shape and be able to say, hey, I lost a few pounds and I can finally fit into
Come
this
to
next
tomorrow's
one."
panel,
Yeah,
please. Just a small. You're what? Nurse?
I'm an orthopedic technician. That's my day job. I'm also a graduate student in public health. So.
And I'm a certified personal trainer. That's my day job.
So I definitely, I feel where you're coming from. I feel very strongly that should not hinder anybody from cosplaying. This is supposed to be a universal hobby that is all-encompassing. Anybody should be able to do it. And you just kind of work with what you've got and work with what you know. And
I'm actually planning on cosplaying later tonight, but it's just that
awesome.
It's really thick and I sweat a lot.
Well, definitely stay hydrated and take breaks.
Yes,
and don't be afraid to refuse a picture because you have to sit down. If someone is snippy to you, ignore them.
Wham!
Throw something at it. Stuff it. You know what? That took a lot of bravery, and I want to give her a hand and have.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
We love you guys. I like your costume.
Just don't ask me to bend over.
Not an 18 and up panel, Christina.
Yes, this is not 18 and up. That's
Okay.
for DragonCon.
I'd like to ask Christina to bend over, please.
What?
I'd like to ask Christina to bend over.
No.
See me afterwards.
Okay, so what
My
should we
husband's dying right now.
what should we expect from the community in 2014? It's really just to be kind to everyone. Even if you're not a fan of their costume, do not say that to their face unless they really ask for criticism. And they actually come up to you and say, hey, I admire your craftsmanship. What do you think of my costume? Then say that in a constructive way. But there's really no point in saying it to their face at a con. There's no point in saying it online. Just keep it to yourself. Just really keep it to yourself. And everybody cosplays for different reasons. Some people might just want to buy a costume and wear it at the con and hang out with friends and just enjoy being a character. And that's fine. Some people work really hard on craftsmanship. They challenge themselves to new techniques. And for them, it's getting that costume as perfect as they can. They might want to enter other competitions, but it really gives them a self-esteem to really craft that to the best of their ability, and that's fine. And then there's people, who may like the social media aspect of it, who want the Facebook likes and want to promote themselves, want to be invited to guests at cons. And all of those are fine reasons to cosplay. The best thing I can say is pick what you want to do for you and talk to people who also cosplay for those reasons. So if you're really into craftsmanship, talk to people who made their costumes, who won, contests and other prizes, and they can tell you tips on judging. And most cosplayers are really open on talking about construction techniques. If you're really into social networking and you really want to be like the girls on Heroes of Cosplay or other mainstream stuff. Yeah, reach out to them and kind of talk about ask them about their process on the show and how maybe you can get involved. Just that every reason for the people cosplay is a legitimate one, and you really can't bash others for why they do this. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I actually had an experience not long ago, and I wanted to ask, how do you constructively tell someone to stop doing something when they say like, oh, you can't cosplay this person because
That's coming in the next slide.
A general rule of thumb for me, just kind of off the record again, is that I don't give anybody constructive criticism unless they come to me and say, Christina, I really need some constructive criticism on my costume. Can you please give me some? And I am very careful about who I ask for constructive criticism. I usually limit that circle to people that I know are going to be honest with me and are not trying to hurt my feelings. Like my husband, my closest friends that cosplay, I limit but I think at the same time, you have to remember that doing cosplay is a very public hobby, and there's going to always be that one a-hole out there that is going to be the one. But,
yeah, exactly. There you go.
But I'm sorry, I think I might be getting off topic from your question. I'm sorry.
it wasn't really about the craftsmanship, it's about
Commenting on your body.
You can't do this person because the person's white.
Commenting on your body.
Insert race here.
Yeah, for me, I'll go a little off topic on this one. Basically, they don't know you. They don't know where you've come from, and they don't know how much passion and love that you're probably putting into that costume and how much you care about that character or that series. There's really no point in commenting that, because really whatever you say isn't going to be constructive.
If there's something I can put into this, it's a lot of those more mainstream people. When I ask them when they talk about that's weird, or you're dressed like someone you don't look like, or someone from another race, or even gender, is, well, what do you say to people who go to baseball or basketball games and wear the uniform or jersey of their favorite players? Mm-hmm. You don't comment that they don't look like them, or you don't comment when their girlfriend puts on Derek Jeter's uniform. That's normal.
Also, I'm real. The character is not. They can suck it up and look like me for one day.
Actually, I'm going to get the Homestuck cosplayer in the back real quick. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I'm Molly.
Hi.
The first series cosplay I did a couple cons in, I posted it on Tumblr, and I got anonymous saying, nice costume, but you look better if you lost a few sizes.
That happens to both of us up here, I can tell you that.
Yes, that happens.
That people are looking at the body type, the skin color, or something, you're not the gender of the character before they look at the quality of the costume, the passion you put into it. And I think that's the main problem that everyone should try to fix.
Yeah.
exactly. Yes, Amanda.